AI is getting pretty intense these days. New models are rising every month or even every week, and it's really hard to keep track of them. So here we are to help you with that. In this video, we are going to focus on the 2D to 3D models. So we're going to put the image into the AI and we're going to get a 3D model as a result. This video is filmed on July 2025 and it's going to be useful for the next few months. And then we're going to do an update on the fresh models. Let's start. And the first thing I've already done before the video, I generated an image in Midjourney. This time it's gonna be a ring like this. So you see it's quite complex. It has 2 layers of the metal and every layer has different depths of these connections. Also, it's quite geometrical. These cells, they have like triangular and rectangular forms. And we're going to check how the AI will handle this shape. Also, before putting it into the 2D to 3D models, I did one additional step, which is removing a background. I removed the background using the model on Hugging Face. This is actually where we're gonna work today as well. This is pretty clean background removal. You see, I don't have any white spots anywhere. I did it because some models are failing on this step exactly. So everything is good, but the very first step failed. If it's failed, you're gonna get a messy mesh as a result. All right. Now let's go to the website that's called huggingface.co. We're going to Hugging Face. We are going then to the spaces. This is actually a very convenient place where all AI models are packed and they have a preview. So you can, before launching them, for example, on your desktop, you can try them out and see what's working best for you. And in the spaces, we're going to 3D modeling section, where we'll find every model we need to try today. Oh, I like to sort them by recently created or recently updated to see what's new is happening in here. And the first model we are to try is High 3D Gen. Let's put our image into the model, check the settings. Okay, sampling steps maximum. Let's try it like this by default. Now we switch to 3D model view, and instead of the ring, I'm getting a sphere, which is probably not ideal. But anyway, let's export the mesh. I'm using GBL format, which is okay for importing objects in Rhino. Alright. Now we go to the next model, which I'm pretty sure you know. This is Trellis by Microsoft. And we do pretty much same thing. Put an image. Okay, I'm leaving everything by default. And click generate. Alright, this is already much better. Let's check the 3D model. I can see it is a little bit messy mesh, but that's fine with me. Let's download it. The next model will be Direct 3D, and this is a very recent model, and I have a great hopes for it. Doing the very same thing. Okay, it's loaded. Now I select the highest resolution here. We can use alpha channel because we have it. And now let's generate it. And there is finally a result. Wow, the level of details is great. I would even say that the details that never existed in the first place. Alright, I'll download it as usual. And we're moving to the next model. And the next model is Hunyuan 3D. This is a very well-known model and I'm sure you've heard of it. It's created by Tencent, a Chinese company, and it's quite capable, I would say. But it's probably better to use it on the Hunyuan website. First of all, it is free and it will produce a pretty decent results in there. Okay, I will increase the number of faces for my model here. I probably won't go for million, but somewhere here is fine. Now let's check the advanced options. Remove background. The background is already removed, so I will uncheck this button. And everything else is fine. Let's generate a shape. And the power of this model is that it's capable of producing already textured meshes, which is quite cool. Okay, it's done. Let's check. Okay, the preview is not really great. Now we need to export this mesh. I click transform and download. And the next model to test will be Spark 2D. Let's do the very same thing we did already many times. Click generate. I don't see here like any way to adjust the settings. And finally, the 3D is done. Okay, here's the preview. I download the model. And now let's try PartPacker as the last model for today. Upload, default, maybe a little more faces here. Actually, if we want to simplify it, we can increase okay, this is fine, I think. Let's try to generate and see. Okay, so it definitely didn't use the alpha channel provided for some reason. And here we've got the geometry. And now let's see the results. So here are the 6 meshes. And let's check the geometry first of all. So we'll start with Hunyuan, which did not ideal job. As you can see, it's hardly represent the geometry I had. Despite the quite dense mesh, the representation of the image is quite bad here. Let's move to the Spark 3D. It did a really good job in representing the geometry, the geometrical structure of the ring. Probably it's the best representation here. The mesh is super dense as well. And here I see the sharp parts of the mesh, smooth parts of the geometry. It's pretty similar to the ring on the image. However, it failed to add another layer of these connections inside the ring. So just one layer, but with very, very good representation. Let's go next, Trellis. And this mesh looks bad. So it's like there are some openings, there are some missing parts. It's like it was turned inside out for some reason. Let's go to the next one, Direct 3D. It looks quite cool, despite it's not very precise in terms of the geometry, in terms of what I had on the image, but it added some details. It has two layers, which is great. Yeah, just the structure is different. But I like this. I like the result. Okay, let's go then to the high 3D gen. A sphere. That one. The structure kind of looks like Direct 3D, right? So they are similar in terms of the detailing. However, it doesn't do rings. Maybe it works with other kind of geometry. You should try different types of objects. And the last one, a PartPacker. The mesh is clearly bad. Now there are some openings, the structure represented incorrectly. Yeah, I don't like this one. So for now, for me, Spark 3D did the best job here. I think Spark and Direct 3D, if I could blend them together, would be amazing. But let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe I'm missing something, but this is a state of art as for the July of 2025. And I think the AI will escalate quite a lot in the coming years and even months. And if you are curious about AI and generation of 3D models, please join our webinar, which will take place on July 27th. In this Giger-style webinar, we will show how to use 2D to 3D pipeline combined with Rhino and Grasshopper, and some advanced techniques. All links in the description below.